Hey YouTube, it is Monday night and we're going to play a little bit of Phantasy Star Online. So, first things first, load up our patcher and let's see who we can find. Okay, patcher is loading. And I think in my last video I commented that it looks like my Dreamcast light is burning out, and it seems to kick in after about a minute. I'm not sure. I think it's maybe a cold solder joint. I'm probably going to have to open it up and replace it. I have to replace the battery anyways, so it's not the end of the world, but it does seem to kick in at some point, which isn't great. I think it could be the LED dying. It could be a cold solder joint. I don't know, but I'm going to open it up, do some diagnostics, and test it out. Okay, let's hit start and let's refresh Dreamcast Now. Ooh, look at this. So we've got 2 people on Phantasy Star Online at the moment, which is great. And 2 other people playing something. Don't quite know. All right, I'm going to let people know in DC Talk that I'm online as well. Just loading up PSO if anyone is down. Cool. All right, so let's hit start, continue, and load up our character. Now, for next time, what I'll do, I was planning on doing it today, but I jumped right into putting in my legit copy. I'm going to load up the Eve's version of PSO, which does run a lot smoother. I did mention in my last video, and I responded to a few comments that no, in fact, you cannot play it off the SD serial adapter. Unfortunately, you can only run it off the GD-ROM. I'm actually thinking about investing in a GD-ROM. I've got a dead Dreamcast in my garage, and I'm going to check it out to see if I can get it running, like see if it'll actually power on. If that's the case, I got a couple of bucks in my PayPal account. I might actually see about buying a GD-ROM and yeah, just start playing the games off of that. Why not, eh? So yeah, that's maybe gonna happen. I've got a few other purchases that I kind of would like to make, especially with PayPal money, because I seem to have been doing quite well lately on my eBay sales. There's a couple of things that I want to get, so that's kind of like number 3, I think, of the 3 things that I'm currently sort of running around in my head. That being said, I don't need more shit. I've got a whole pile of recent pickups that I want to show everybody, but okay. Let's see who we got here. So 5 people. That's not bad actually. Let's see who we got. Okay, Celia. We've got 6 people in total. 0, 0. Wow, we've got a nice little full house today. Let's see who's in Altamira, because Celia I find is generally GameCube players. Okay, we're loading it up. Now, I think I might have solved my game capture issue, because I think I mentioned before that I run into this problem where it seems to sort of like have black spots in it, and that's mostly due to my editing, because there are times where it doesn't capture properly. The last time I did it, I didn't have that issue, and I think that's because I ended up pulling out the USB and reinserting it before I started recording. So let's see if that helps, you know. Everyone, what's shaking? A few people in the comments section have asked what server I play on, and it is primarily Silverant. And yes, you do need the patcher, unless you use Eve's, which is preloaded with the patcher, and you just kind of jump into it. So these people may be away from keyboard. So let's just see who is playing. So join a team. Ooh. Nice. Okay, well, let's see who that is. So yeah, it's been a really, really busy week. On top of just kind of like the regular stuff, I've been working and going out a ton, which isn't like totally unusual. It's not like I actively try not to go out, but the problem is I'm just so busy that I end up turning down invitations. But recently I've just been like, hey, let's go and be social a little bit. So I think that takes precedent over playing Phantasy Star Online, unfortunately. But I have been having a lot of fun lately, so there's that. I have been doing quite a bit of thrifting, and I constantly complain about how shitty thrifting is, but I have to realize that, you know, like I go fairly regularly to a few places, and sometimes I check out some of the odder sort of more off the beaten path places less regularly, but I'm generally fairly successful there. And I also had a couple of really good trades with people on some local groups, which I'm really, really happy about. Hey. Ooh, what's that? It's a sword of some sort. And I'm hitting for nothing. Fuck's sakes. Okay. Maybe they'll suit me up with some sort of tech and I'll be able to actually do something productive. Okay, well, at least I tagged that guy. What do we got there? Arms. Who cares? 100. 0. So yeah, like I've been going. We will catch up next time. Oh, I think it already skipped out a little bit. Oh, damn. Who will use twins? You or me? You. Okay. Yeah, so I constantly complain about thrifting and all that jazz and how it's like, you know, totally not even worth my time lately to do because all these stores seem to know what the value of stuff is. And oh, are you kidding me? One shot? For fuck's sakes. Okay, let's try and take something. Okay. Wow, that was pretty brutal. I do know in Ultimate that occasionally they have like kind of one-shot kills, so that's probably what happened. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Alright, Sleep, I'm counting on you to keep me healed. So anyways, yeah, I'm constantly bitching about how thrifting is incredibly difficult lately. Not necessarily difficult, but it's like, I think like oversaturated with collectors, and I don't know, it's lost a bit of its charm, but I always end up doing it. And as much as I bitch about never being able to find anything, I always seem to walk away with a bit of a haul. So that being said, I did have some success in the last couple of days, and with the local collecting groups as well. I did manage to pick up some things that I was really happy with in terms of a trade. I think I mentioned recently that I'm downsizing my Super Nintendo collection. I don't play it. It's not a system. It is a system I grew up on, sort of. I would say that my system, the system that I cut my teeth on, was certainly Nintendo. Nintendo was the system that I remember getting it back in. It was actually a Christmas present from my grandmother, and I got it probably in like 87, 86. It was like really shortly after it was released. And I loved it. Even though I just had like Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt for the longest time, it was great. Super Nintendo came around. I ended up buying a couple of Super Nintendos secondhand a few times with some money that I saved up from like cutting lawns and all that kind of shit. And I think I had some pretty good games at the time too. And there's actually a couple of games that I wouldn't mind playing. I don't necessarily need to own. I'm working on a Keith's and have a cider on deck. Yeah, so like I had some pretty good games. I remember I've had Contra quite a few times. Contra 3, which is a fantastic Super Nintendo game. And I used to beat it. Like, I used to be able to beat it quite easily. It's just one of those games that as soon as you get sort of the twitch reflex to play it, it's like second nature. So, you know, I really kind of miss always selling that game. Like, I think I had it 2 or 3 times, and for whatever reason when I was a kid, you know, like really young, like we're talking like mid-90s, 95 probably. It didn't seem to matter how many times I had it or enjoyed it. I always found myself selling it for something. And sometimes I sold it for shitty reasons. Like, there were a couple times where I made some really smart trades. I remember trading in a bunch of CDs for a DoD fuzz pedal, which I loved at the time. And I sold that, of course, too. I think I'm going to try and get it back. It's not overly expensive. And it's a great guitar pedal. It's probably one of my favorite from the DoD classic era. And by classic, I mean like mid-90s. There's that, and there's the grunge, which I also own. So anyways, yeah, I owned that game quite a few times, sold it quite a few times, and now it's stupid expensive, and I'm quite content just playing it on my flash card. I don't need to spend probably not hundreds of dollars, but at least $100 to relive that game. I did play it recently, actually, on my flash card, and it's still fantastic. I think better, like, I was never a huge fan of... So if I was to rank my Contras in order, I would say Contra 2, Contra 3, Contra 1. Contra 1's really easy to play if you put in the Contra code and you have another buddy with you. There's a couple of levels where having a partner is really not in your best interest, but overall, if you have a friend with you and you're playing Contra and you type in the Konami code, it's pretty easy to win unless your partner is a complete useless player, you know? Like, there is still some degree of skill needed to complete it, but that 30 live buffer is a godsend. And, you know, I could not play that game for years and then pick it up with a friend of mine and be able to complete it, no problem. So, anyways, where was I going with this? Yeah, so Super Nintendo, I've been getting rid of, and I made a trade recently on one of my local trading groups, and a really good guy, and we tried to hook up a couple of times and unfortunately fell through, but when we did have success, I was quite content with the trade. It was really easy. So he was looking for what I offered him in trade was 1 second here. Let's answer that person's question. Toronto, Canada. Why can't I capitalize that? The Great White North. Not anymore. Yeah, the Leafs lost. Well, true to form, they always lose, but they're out. Yeah, so oh, cool, we got somebody else. Yukina. Don't know that person, unless it's a player that has another character. Okay, so you're from Florida. Hey, Yukina. Oh, okay. Later, sleep. Where was I going with this? Yes, so I had 3 games. I had NBA Jam. I had, what else? SimCity, and what was the other game that I was trading? Mortal Kombat, which is a shitty port for Super Nintendo. And he also wanted a Sega Genesis Classic console that I had. I picked it up for like $20 in box, and it's actually not that bad, but it's not great. Most of the same complaints that everybody else has said about those at games type things. Sure, when we... Okay, cool. We got a full house. So I wanted that, and I was like, okay, cool. For the things that he was offering, I was more than happy. So what did I get? Sure. I'm down. Well, I got... Here, let's just put these off to the side here. We'll just go through everything. Got a whole bunch of Game Boy games, actually. I'm really been trying to beef up my Game Boy collection because I really enjoy the RPGs in particular on Game Boy. There's a few side scrollers which I did manage to pick up one that I really enjoy, but overall I find things like Super Mario World a little bit too I don't know, just the sprites are too small for me to enjoy. So I did get some filler games. They weren't all classics, but the first one that I picked up was Waverace, which is fun. You know, it's not great, but it is enjoyable. Pretty simple game. Ben, did you still need Choo Choo Mag? All right, let's find our crew here. Let's see what everybody's wheeling and dealing. I also got Hit the Ice, which, again, nothing special. Kind of a filler game, but I enjoy it. And then I got these 4. I'm going to wreck all your Dreamcasts. Let's do acid. Okay, let's do it. Okay, we did this last time. It was nuts. Okay, so the ones that I did get that were a little bit more rare were Ms. Pac-Man, which isn't rare, but it's a better game. It's a good port. I enjoy it completely. I enjoy it thoroughly. And then these 3 here are sort of the gems of the lot. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Follow the Foot Clan. Okay, do I have a Choo Choo Mag? Take. Item. Kappa Kappa. Capu Capu. Okay. Who wants a hamburger? Follow the Foot Clan, which I started playing, and it's pretty simple, but it's kind of fun. I enjoy it. It's not as it's not as action-packed as like the arcade game, of course, but they do try to simulate it to some extent, and it's okay-ish. It's got its faults. Let's just put it that way. Okay, let's feed all of our mags. Actually, let's build up this Kapu Kapu since we know we can feed it simultaneously. Oh, we can't. We got to equip it. No, we gotta wait. Okay. They said you are Kuro. Is that true? Who's Kuro? Who's that? There is only one Kuro. I don't know. So, interesting. Okay, here we are. Let's go start our quest. So yeah, it was fun. I played it for like maybe 20 minutes and I enjoyed it, but there were 2 other games that I wanted to play even more from that lot that kind of took up my time. So the first one was this one here. It was Final Fantasy Legend 3. So now I have part 1 and part 3. I need 2. I've always been a fan of the Final Fantasy games, and these are actually not bad RPGs. Then he's gonna have to restart. Okay, I hope there's no issues here. I sort of been missing the conversation. And finally, the big one that I really wanted. Now, back in the late 90s when emulators were first starting to be a little bit more known. Like I started using emulators probably around like 96, 97. Nesticle, everybody used Nesticle back in the day. And the ROMs, you could fit a ton of them on a floppy disk. So remember, CDRs were not around, USB drives were not around, flat SD media was not around. You maybe had zip media, but that was about it. And I downloaded a bunch of ROMs from some games I was really interested in. Fortunately, I own both of them on NES carts, but I was unaware that this one had a sequel on Game Boy. Let's get back to it. Let's just read the quest first. Don't spam the traps. I see you have arrived, Ranger UGB. I instructed the Hunters Guild to send you here immediately, as I do not wish to alarm our citizens by conducting this meeting in public. As you know, the city is experiencing a severe water shortage. After Pioneer 2 reached Ragol, we began using the waterworks that Pioneer 1 constructed in the cave below the planet's surface. Unfortunately, the explosion on Ragol damaged our main plumbing station, and its emergency power has failed, so we cannot communicate with it. Without the control circuitry of the main pumping station, other parts of Ragol's waterworks have also begun to malfunction. We will exhaust our reserve water supply in only a few days' time, but our scientists have been unable to repair the plumbing station. Due to the hostile creatures which inhabit the cave, I have therefore called upon you to assist us, UGB. Your job is to restore power to the main pumping station. I will let our lead scientist explain the particulars. Alright. Thank you for coming, UGB. In order to restore the main pumping station to working condition, I have developed a photon battery to power the facility. You need only connect it to the pumping station's control console, and then we should be able to access the damage remotely. It's portable, so you have no trouble carrying it with you. Got the photon battery. Good luck. If you want more details on current conditions in Ragol's cave, please speak to Irene, my secretary. I will now leave this matter in your hands, UGB. Please restore our water supply. Okay, so is this Irene? My battery is quite a feat of engineering. It uses a unique lithium photon mix that I designed. The battery will ensure that our water supply remains secure from now on. Okay. Oh, here's Irene. I can provide you with details on how we have gathered thus far. Should I put on my girl voice? Let's try it. Regarding the conditions of Ragol's cave, since the main pumping station can no longer control the waterworks, our probes indicate that multiple substations have started to malfunction. Some of them have begun to pump water back into the ground, and the increased pressure is stressing our surrounding rock formations. We have since noticed magma eruptions within the cave's initial level. Please keep your distance from the magma eruptions and avoid getting scorched. Let's see, our data also indicate that increased pressure has disrupted some of the pockets of underground gases. These gases have begun leaking into the cave's secondary level, and we have detected large explosions in the area which concentrations peak. If you notice a gas buildup, please evacuate the area immediately. Our data on the cave's territory level indicate that some of the substations have begun to release photon energy from the damaged sub-power stations. This energy is charging the cave's atmosphere, causing strong electrical shocks. Please avoid the areas exhibit electrical disruptions. It would also seem that these conditions are affecting the cave's strange creatures, as they have recently become stronger and more aggressive. I'm afraid that this is the only information we have been able to obtain, as none of our probes have survived the atmosphere increased electrical activity. Please be careful, UGV. We're counting on you. All right, that was my girl voice. Hopefully you'll never have to hear it again. It kind of went in and out. Okay, Pioneer 2. Where is everybody? How do you know about my fan? Uh-oh. Okay, where is everybody? Where is everybody? All right, back to business. So, yes, I played this game on Nesticle back in the day, and fortunately I picked up the carts for both of these two games that I really enjoyed. The first one was Princess Tomato. I ended up... Oh, here we go. Sorry, we're going to have to pause it again while we watch a cutscene. So here's the magma. Where's the magma going? Well then. There we go. Okay, cool. So Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom. I played that on Nesticle. I loved it. One of the few point-and-click adventure games that you can play on the original NES. I guess the only other one that I could think of off the top of my head would probably be King's Quest. Oh shit. We better start using our traps. And it's a fantastic game. If you can figure it out, it's pretty easy up until about the end. I would say the last scenario that you're placed in, that's when it becomes the most challenging, just because the puzzle's a little bit more convoluted than the rest of them. Most of them you can get through if you just sort of start clicking every button option that you have. Eventually, you're going to pick the one that, the right combination to unlock the next level. But I find the last particular level just incredibly difficult to solve, and I think I ended up using a tutorial to get through, to be honest. Diamate, yes, I need that. But the second game that I played and I immediately fell in love with was Gargoyles Quest 2. Never heard of it. Didn't know there was a sequel to this other game that sounded cool, because really I was going simply based on the name, like Gargoyles Quest 2. Sounds badass. Let's try it out. And played it, and Gargoyles Quest 2 is a fantastic game. Now there are 3 in the series. The third one was released on Super Nintendo, and it's actually called Demon's Crest. I don't own Demon's Crest. I probably should have bought it when it was like a $20, $30 game, but I didn't. And now it's like a $100 game, and I have absolutely no interest in spending that kind of money. I'll play it on my flash card. I'm totally cool with that. So the second one was on Nintendo, and I guess this is kind of like one of the more interesting pieces to this game, because it's so cross-console. But the original wasn't released on NES or Famicom. it was released on Game Boy, and that's just Gargoyles Quest. And it's a really cool action, almost RPG. You have to use a password system in order to go back to the previous level you completed. So you can very, very easily skip to the end if you wanted, if you just go online and figure out the passwords and complete the game. That would completely suck the fun out of it, and you've got to really get used to your character building up. When it starts off, it doesn't really have a lot of cool attributes to it. Everything's pretty simple, and part of the fun is learning the new techniques, oh shit, where'd my weapon go? Why did that happen? That's kind of a pain in the ass. Learning the new techniques and sort of just evolving your gameplay as your character evolves. So yeah, I was really happy to play that. I was playing that on the subway going to my job quite a bit, actually, and I love it. It's a great game. It's really responsive, which is a plus when you're dealing with these sort of platformer games. And I kept dying, but I knew that it was not due to the gameplay. Like, it was simply due to my ability not to play the game effectively. So I didn't fight the game because of that. And it's a lot of fun. If you can find a copy, I suggest playing it. It's not terribly expensive. I think it goes for about $30 or $40 on eBay, which is still a lot of money, but if you want to, you can emulate it, which I wouldn't suggest. Game Boy's an emulation. It's not the same experience. I know a lot of people that emulate say that about most emulation, most console experiences, that it's just not the same thing. But with Game Boy, any handhelds in particular, there's just something about it that it needs to be played on the original console. So I would suggest, since they are relatively cheap, if you have an original Game Boy, if you have an original... Actually, you know what? Using an emulator on... Because you can get emulators for, like, your Game Boy Advance, or even getting a DS card. Maybe not so much, like an R4 card. Maybe don't go that route. I take it back, actually. Maybe stay away from emulating on the DS or 3DS. If anything, install an emulator on your Game Boy Advance. But you can get a Game Boy flash card for about, I think they sell on Stone Age Gamer for maybe $80, which isn't a crazy amount of money when you think about it. Like, you can just put the entire catalog, including some of the homebrews, onto one cart and play it on original hardware, which, that's where the experience comes from. Like, you can emulate and you can play on a Raspberry Pi with a PlayStation 3 controller or Xbox controller, and yes, you can play it. There might be a few hiccups. It's generally not that bad. Like, the emulation is generally pretty good, but just the mechanics of playing it just feels different. Doesn't feel the same way as holding a Game Boy in your hand, or holding a Lynx in your hand, or holding a Game Gear. So yeah, if you're gonna do anything, I suggest going a flash card route and simply downloading the ROM and just playing it that way. So yeah, that's pretty much it for those Game Boy games for that trade. I also found these two guys out in the wild, which is pretty cool. Let's just go there. Game & Watch Gallery for Game Boy. It's pretty excited to have that out. I do like the Game & Watch games. Generally, I'm a big fan of pick up and play style games. I like RPGs and pick up and play. I don't necessarily like to play like flight sims or fighting games. Not a huge fan of those, to be quite honest. Oh, we missed that one. Beat 'em ups are sometimes okay, but they're generally only fun when you've got somebody else to play with, and I don't see me playing like hooking up a link cable and oh, for fuck's sakes, picking up a link cable and playing with a buddy anytime soon. Okay, let's feed our mag while we're here. Oh, I think we're gonna get a level up. Cool. By the way, thanks for the advice. I think it was Alien Shroom who suggested just feeding Dimates. Definitely the way to go. Okay, shoot. Okay, do we get any materials here? That would be great. Oh, escape doll come in handy, that's for sure. So yeah, I got those 2 Game & Watch collection cartridges at a thrift store. A couple bucks a piece. Wasn't bad at all. I was, again, more than happy to play those. I was playing Donkey Kong, and it's cool because it plays like a Game & Watch game would play, like one of those old LCD games. A lot of fun. Pick up and play, you just kind of keep going. It's all based on points and how long you want to, essentially how good you are and how long you want to play the game. You know, you can just basically repeat the same level over and over and over again, and you know, they might add a couple of different little features to it, just like maybe like an extra, I don't know, like how to describe it, like maybe an extra like wall or something that you have to get past. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Checking for hidden switches. But other than that, you know, they're generally pretty simple. Okay, where are my friends here? There they are. So anyways, that was a good score. I was pretty happy with that. I did have your cash as in money. Oh, where is it? Oh, did I lose all my cash? I thought I picked it up. Oh, I think I got it. I think I grabbed it. But no worries. I have a full bank. Yeah, it's pretty easy to get your money at this point. Okay, good. Yeah, I did have one really excellent pickup. But I'll go through some of the other things I grabbed. Like I don't know. I was pretty happy with the way. Oh, like, can we tag some of these guys? Boom, boom, boom. So the other ones I picked up were Pac-Man on Game Boy Advance. I love my Pac-Man games. I love those old arcade games like Galaga, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, things like that. Like when I was growing up, oh shit. One of the first games I can remember playing as a kid was, oh shit, what happened there? Was Zaxxon. I used to play that all the time on my Tandy 1000. Freeze 'em. So yeah, like arcade games really hold a special place in my heart. Like I never used to go to arcades. I grew up poor. I grew up in like Northern Ontario, and it was just kind of bullshit. So there wasn't really an opportunity to go to arcades or anything. Actually, I shouldn't say it was bullshit. I really liked my childhood. I don't really have any problems with my childhood at all. It was fine. It was just different than I don't know. Some people experience. It was very rural. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, spent a lot of time swimming, a lot of time like building forts and climbing trees and doing other stupid shit country boys do, like, you know, firing off pellet guns and stuff like that. So anyways, what was I saying about yeah, so arcade games. Really like them. They're just kind of fun to pick up and just play for a couple minutes and put down, and you know that you don't have to worry about save states or anything like that. You can just kind of go on with your life. So whenever I see those, I tend to pick them up. I'm also a big fan of there's some new releases on the PSN that I've really enjoyed. Like what would be an example of that? Pac-Man on the PSN is kind of fun. Galaga again is kind of fun to play on the PSN. Anything here we can use? They're different. They're the same games in spirit, but they're... Oh shit, now we lost our weapon. But they are different games in the way you play them. Like sometimes they'll add different weapon features and different modes and stuff like that. But I feel like they really treat the source material with a lot of respect. And oh, for fuck's sakes, it was the magma that comes out of nowhere. Thank you, generous host. Thank you. And the other game I picked up, I was super excited to find this because I was a big fan of the series on Super Nintendo. It took me a little bit to kind of come around to on Super Nintendo. I got to be honest. When I first started playing it, I didn't know what the whole excitement was about it. It didn't, it didn't feel kind of like a game that, I don't know, like, I shouldn't say it didn't feel like a game I was uncomfortable with, but it was a different style of game, and it wasn't what I was expecting. And it took a little while to get comfortable with, just in terms of how you play with the different characters. But as soon as you get comfortable with the different characters and you do quite a bit of level grinding, it's actually a fantastic game. I did manage to beat it once. Probably about 5 or 6 years ago. I can't remember exactly. And it was great. As soon as I got to a certain point with my characters, though, they became relatively indestructible. It took a lot to take them out. So it was just one of those things where, I was really enjoying the gameplay after a while. I was really enjoying leveling up my characters and seeing what new things I might be able to unlock from them. And then I just kind of beat it, and then that was it. Put it down. But I haven't played many of the other sequels and sort of like cousin games to it, like games under the umbrella. So that game there is, right here, Sword of Mana, which is part of the Secret of Mana family. Secret of Mana, I love that game, like I was just saying. And Sword of Mana is pretty decent so far. I haven't played too much of it, but it's not a bad little game. Here, let's feed our mag while we're... So the thing with the Secret of Mana game is that you have 3 characters, and you can have up to 3 partners in couch co-op play with you if you want. You can each control a character. I've only played it in single player campaign, so I have to switch between all 3 characters jumping around, which again at first it was a little bit disconcerting, but I did figure it out after a while, and it was pretty cool once you were able to figure out all of the different characters and all their different attributes and strengths and weaknesses and ways to play them differently throughout the game to sort of optimize your performance. I think kind of like the way I've played a lot of RPGs is I tend to focus on one character and put a lot of time and energy into them. And it took me a while to figure out, that I don't know. It was my own stubbornness. Like, obviously there was a reason that other characters were in these games. You didn't have to just build up one super character. Otherwise, it would be kind of boring. But my tendency was always to kind of beef up one person, and the other characters that you have in your campaign are peripheral. So being able to play all three characters and play all three characters effectively is a bit of a challenge, especially if you're a person like me that seems to not understand role-playing games. I take that back. I understand role-playing games. I'm quite good at role-playing games. I enjoy them. They're my favorite style of game to play, but typically it's building up one character, not an entire campaign. I'm generally not that good at sort of optimizing multiple different characters with multiple different characteristics. Generally, if I'm playing an RPG like Diablo, for instance, I'll prefer to focus on a character that strengths might be like, let's say, melee attacks, and then just put all of my energy into that. So to have a campaign where like melee and range combat and magic and stuff like that is all something to take into consideration. Sometimes I just get overwhelmed. I think that just goes back to my desire to play games in a more simplistic way. So RPGs like Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, that's one of my favorite games. A game that not a lot of people talk about, which is also kind of fun, is Seventh Saga on Super Nintendo. It's one of the few carts that I have. It's really difficult to, like, the level grinding in it can be quite frustrating for some people, and I completely understand that, but it is totally worth it. When you start unlocking all of those different abilities, it's a lot of fun. And probably one of my first RPGs that I can remember beating for the Super Nintendo back in the day. There was that, and then there was, what was the other one? Draken, which is a horrible RPG. The attack in it, like the way you fight, like apparently it was better on PC, but I've never played it on PC. But yeah, it's a terrible, terrible, terrible game. You do get comfortable with the control scheme after a while, but it takes a lot. It's a really frustrating way to play an action RPG. Your characters all just kind of do their own thing, and you only really can control one character at a time, and it gets really, like, there's a lot going on screen at one time, and it can get a little bit overwhelming to figure out who's doing what. Cool. Nice. Okay. Guess we have to finish this. No problem. That's too bad I couldn't jump in. Sorry, PB was only 28. Okay, so where was I? So, Sword of Mana, kind of jacked for that. And I also just found this case for $2. It's a leather Game Boy Advance case. I already have probably one that, actually, I should redo it. I like it because it's small and it's actually really effective. It is clearly a knockoff and not an official licensed Nintendo product. Probably something that was picked up on Alibaba. I don't know. All I know is that when I see used game cases at thrift stores, I tend to just roll the dice and pick them up. And the reason I do that is that sometimes I find games inside. Like, sometimes the staff forget to clear out the games, and you reap the benefits. One time I picked up a DS case and I found a copy of Pokemon Emerald and Pokemon Fire Red inside. Other times I've found DS cases that are filled with R4 cards. Like, there is sometimes you get lucky with that. So I tend to pick them up at a blind buy. I've got so many cases kicking around my garage right now. They're not all winners, but the ones that you pick up that are winners make it all worth it. So picked up that case. There was no games inside, but it's a pretty decent case. The one that I was talking about, though, is this one for my DS. I like it because it's really small. And, oh cool, another cutscene. It feels good. But I'm going to read you here. I'm going to see if I can put it up super close and see if you can read it. Now read the small print. If you can't read that, I don't know if it turned up. Let me read it for you. It says Air Foam Pocket, and it says this case that a game machine, all one word, is protected safety. Oh, English. I love it. So yeah, clearly a bootleg case, but actually a really nice case. It's small. It's really effective. It's got a kind of a like a Gore-Tex type texture to it, which I like. You can't really fit anything else in it. You can maybe store one GBA game in it, but beyond that, you're not going to be able to put anything else, which is fine. You know, I don't need to have like my charger packed and everything like that. The Game Boy Advance I have, which is a AGS 101, the better model to get. I've actually had two, and I found them both for $5 at garage sales. Your damage is ridiculous. No, my damage is ridiculous. I either miss or hit for 0. I appreciate them all kind of letting me tag along for these games. Oh shit. Okay, here we go. So yeah, really nice case, even though it's clearly an octave. I need more power material. Yep. I'm trying to build up my mag. Hopefully this mag will be a little bit stronger. I fucked up 2 mags so far. Super pissed off about that. I've definitely just got to invest nothing but diamate into these. Cool. Okay, got that. Okay, well I've tagged all 3, so maybe I'll get the XP, which is great. Actually, how much more do we got? Oh wow, I'm actually not doing too bad. We might make it to level 98 tonight, which is kind of cool. Alright, we're going to lose our weapon soon. The magma's going to come flying down, doing its thing. Oh. Damage trap, come on, do something. Okay, did I get the XP for that? Nothing. Come on, you son of a gun. Oh man, my system is choking. I think there's just too much action going on in the screen. Okay, 0, 0, 0. Miss. 0, 0, 0. Miss. Yeah, so now some of the more odds and ends stuff. Actually, you know what? No, I'll show you the best for last. This is a really good score. Okay, where's the pad? Come on, where are you, pad? Del roll is brutal. Okay, good to know. We will be fine. Oh man, I should have dropped a damage trap. Fuck. Probably should start using my confused traps as well. Use that guy. So game related, this was kind of a cool score. So I ended up getting a, let's just bring this back around, a PS3 Energizer PS3 charging deck, which are super handy because I am always misplacing my charging cables, which are just your standard USB, what is it, USB-B? But, you know, I can never find those in a pinch. Let's use this guy, see if that helps. So yeah, having like a dedicated charging deck is super handy. And ring later. It also has 2 USB ports on the side as well. So if you do have other things that you want to plug in, it does make it kind of easy. So I'll probably be using that primarily for everything now. Like I used to just turn on my PlayStation and just let it run if I had a dead controller, but this makes things a lot simpler, a lot more streamlined. I won't have it on all the time, but I'll just plug it in whenever I need it. So how's our mag doing? Cool. Okay, I'm gonna need more dimates soon. Oh shoot, they killed them all. Here, let's just launch this confuse trap, see if that helps everything. Nice, got a dimate. Okay, Meg. Cool, cool, cool. Let me out. Not a good time to start feeding my mag. Jeez. What the hell am I doing? I'm saying to fuck up. Okay. Let's see if that helps. Okay. Mono grinder would be nice. And this just for fun, because I love my dummies books. Magic for Dummies. Why not? It was $2. I don't know. I guess I'm going to learn some card tricks. Why not? So finally, I actually got this only a few hours ago, to be quite honest. I was super excited. It actually inspired me to pick up my PlayStation, or my PlayStation. Oh, God. Sacrilege. Pick up my Dreamcast, because it's not often in the wild you find Dreamcast games, and it's definitely not often that you find good Dreamcast games. I should say rare, expensive. This is not necessarily a great Dreamcast game, but for a person looking to build up a decent Dreamcast catalog, it's kind of like one of the more essentials in terms of the rarities. And I got this just sort of browsing the CD section at a Value Village, and yeah, I just got super lucky. The case was like the spine was, something happened to the spine material. It seemed to have like caved in at some point or something, and you couldn't quite see what it was. So I pulled it out and I pulled it down, and turns out it was, oh shit, I guess I wasted that one. Turns out it was one of the games that I've actually really been looking for, but I knew it wasn't very good, and I also knew that it was expensive, so I was a bit reluctant to jump like $40-50 on it. So finding this for the price I did, which was $2.99. Also keep in mind that I had I bought a couple of other things with it, and I had a $2 off coupon. So all told, it came to like $5 and some change. So what did I get? Well, I knew right away as soon as I saw this. I was like, oh yes, this is gonna be a good day. Freeze trap? Why not? Let's just freeze them all. And that's right here for Sega Dreamcast, Mortal Kombat Gold. It's actually in pretty good condition. I folded the spine back up, as you can see here. Plays fine. It's not a perfect disc. It doesn't it has a few blemishes on it, and the case is a bit scratched, but you know, for the price, come on, $2, $2.99 for a $40-$50 game, definitely worth the investment. And I do not really plan on repurchasing it anytime soon. It's going to take a lot to convince me to rebuy this game at the price a lot of people are asking for nowadays. So I think I'm quite content with just leaving it where it is and moving on. Ideally, I'd like to get Cannon Spike. Recently, I lost an open auction for, I think it ended up going for something absolutely insane, like $250 Canadian, which I think was about $180. $180 Canadian, or sorry, American rather. So yeah, not too excited about eventually probably having to spend that kind of money, but again, I'm going to be spending my PayPal money. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is right? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Well, that didn't last too long. Oh my god. Alright, well, maybe somebody will bring me back. For fuck's sake. Oh, for fuck's sake. Wait, you all go. Oh man, now we're trapped. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Well, fuck. Okay. Drop a pipe or we're fucked. Oh man. Ben is stuck there. Is struck there. What are we gonna do? Jesus Christ. Wait. Wait. Okay. Walk back? Oh. No more dolls. Nope. I have some in storage. Got to go to the end. You've got to be kidding me. This is ridiculous. Okay, did I lose my weapon? If I didn't lose my weapon, it's not the end of the world. If I lost my weapon, oh man, this is going to be painful. Okay. Item. Whip. Sweet. Okay, thank goodness I still have my weapon. Now, I don't have any of my cash, which is kind of disappointing, but not the end of the world. So much for ring. We don't need it now. Okay, take the Seta, all of it. Let's see what we can find here in store. And while we're here, let's just... Wow, how on earth are we going to complete that mess? We don't. Okay. Does that mean we're done? It was for ring. Oh, okay. So I guess somebody just had to like get through and then we're fine. Cool. let's just confirm. Okay, where are we here? Blue. Okay. I am going to hang back for 1 second and just confirm with my partner that we are going back. Okay. Cave 2, why not? Let's do it. So that's pretty much it for my pickups. Other than that, I've restored yet another Game Gear back from the dead. Didn't power on. Placed the caps fine. The board, the picture didn't come on either. So I replaced all of the caps on the board as well. And everything seems to be working properly. So that's good. Shit, where am I supposed to go? Okay. Jesus. Okay. Meseta, and I guess that's it. Okay. So where to now? So where to now? So when they say that was for the ring, caves 3. Okay. So do we go through here? It would appear as though we do. Warp? Oh, fuck. Okay, I did go back to Pioneer, so I think my traps are restored. Nice. Couldn't catch him. Yeah, I'm really enjoying kind of repairing Game Gears on the side. Certainly no money in it. Even though I see people try to ask ridiculous prices for fucking Game Gears on eBay. Let's launch a damage trap. See if we can tag something. You know, if you're asking $100 for a Game Gear, you're out of your fucking mind. Unless it's recapped and maybe even has like a backlit mod. Like sometimes people put LED backlit mods in it. Won't necessarily be a full screen replacement. Like the McWill mod. But, you know, if you put an LED backlight, it's a bit easier on your battery and a bit smoother as well. A bit brighter also, very important. I think primarily like the big thing that drives people nuts with their Game Gears is that the picture is just too dark even with the backlit screen. So having an LED mod where you brighten it up just a little bit more is really nice. There's a guy on YouTube, goes by Does Not Compute. You may or may not have seen some of his videos in the past. He does a great series on, or I shouldn't say a series, but he does a great, oh nice, level 98. Does a really nice breakdown of why you can't backlight a what's it called there? A Game Boy Color. You know, most people will do mods where they can backlight or backlight a regular Game Boy, but with the Game Boy Color, it's a bit unique. It has something to do with the actual type of film they use for the LCD display. And you know, it's impossible basically. You can't do that mod on that particular console. You can replace the screen, but for what it's worth, I would highly suggest just getting a what's it called there? There's a thing on Alibaba you can get for like $50, and it's called, I think it's called, not the Game Boy. You can get it like, it looks like a Game Boy. It looks like a Game Boy Color, but it's got a bit of a different name. It's a clone console, and it plays quite well. It's got a beautiful backlit screen, and it comes preloaded with, I think, about 60 games or something to that effect. Actually, it could be more, but I think there's a lot of duplicates, if I remember correctly. Here, can we sneak through here? Nice. Anything worth getting? No. But yeah, it looks super cool. I'm actually contemplating getting one. Just to kind of have for more of the I don't know, more of the sort of like, not esoteric, but I don't know, just the uniqueness of it. Like it's a product that probably, you know, Game Boy should have done, or Nintendo rather should have done this in the first place, was make their Game Boy Color backlit. And they didn't do that with the Game Boy SP, the original, and they didn't do it with, here, let's tag all those guys. They didn't do it with the original Game Boy Color. They only did it on the SP Advance, and it, you know, it looks fantastic. Even the one that's not very good, I forget what it was, the AGS 001, I believe the model is. Even that, for what it's worth, it's a pretty decent backlit screen. The brighter one is certainly the way to go. It's just much sharper, but even if you find like the regular AGS 101, or sorry, 001, if you enjoy playing those kind of games, pick it up. Don't turn it down, unless somebody's asking something stupid like $50 for it. If you find it for, you know, 10, definitely worth the money. Okay, I'm gonna launch my freeze trap as well. It is now what? Almost the end of April, and that means yard sale season is going to start coming together. And as difficult as it's getting to find retro games in particular nowadays out in the wild, I'm really hoping to find a couple, you know, just get lucky and maybe find a couple of different handheld games. You know, I love my handheld games. It would just be really nice to kind of bulk up that collection if I can. There's one yard sale that I still have in the back of my mind, and it's because I didn't pick up on it. I probably could have got it for a deal. I just, at the time, I really was not that I was out of retro game collecting, but I was certainly taking a break. And I passed up a lot of things that I probably should have picked up because there's no way in hell I'm going to find them now. And I can remember going to this one yard sale and somebody had about 50 games and they didn't have a price. I probably could have offered them $40 and they would have been happy. But, you know, I turned it down, or I didn't turn it down, rather I just walked by. But the worst part is I can remember walking by again the next day and they had the yard sale on for 2 days and all of the games in the Game Boy were still there. So, you know, that's the part I kind of kicked myself about, was the fact that I turned it down, had second thoughts, and then still didn't pick up the whole system. So, well, c'est la vie. Okay, we got to be ending pretty close to the end of this map. I'm going to take a quick break. Okay, I'm just going to let the other folks know as soon as we pop back into the game. ERB. Here we go. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, and we are back. Strongbow apple cider. Not too bad. Okay, so what do we have here? Moon atomizer. Can't really use it. Alright. Our mag is probably starving. No! Oh, what a waste. There we go. Okay, cool. Well, not the end of the world. We definitely do not want to level up anything to do with mind. Unfortunately, our android, as smart as my boy is, mind will do nothing for us. So, want to try and stay focused on bulking up the power primarily. That's going to be what saves our characters. If we can finally just get it powerful enough where it's more effective in battle. Like this is just depressing. The fact that I can't hit for anything. Now I realize that we're in ultimate mode, so I cut myself a bit of slack. But I would still like to be able to actually like contribute to this game if I can. Okay. How large is this map? Just out of curiosity, it does seem like it does seem to be quite large. Now, why can't I donate? Fuck. Interesting. Okay, for some reason I can't necessarily see all of the PB attacks all the time, which is kind of frustrating. Don't worry, next time we play, I'm going to be installing Eves, and everything should be better in the world. So I've been looking into updates on the Akura, and a little disappointed with the lack of contact those guys have been having with the people that, oh, for fuck's sakes, that purchased the product. Now I understand that they've received a whole bunch of the wrong components, which is fine. I think they said there was going to be a couple-week delay, which again is totally fine. But it's been a couple of weeks and there's still no update. And I'm just curious when the product's coming out. I have full faith in the company just based on their reputation that it will be released. But, you know, I just kind of want to know when it's coming out. Really, that's all there is to it. I'm excited. It looks like an amazing product and I really want to try it out. And I'm just kind of bummed that it's taking so long to be manufactured and be released. I'm not the only one. I know that there's lots of other people that I've heard complaining on forums that they want it. Now I shouldn't say complaining. You know, the guys that are releasing it, they're not nobody in the Dreamcast community. You know, they've got a really good reputation, and I'm sure that the product will be released eventually. It's just that we're all excited. We all want to use it. It looks like an amazing product, and it's what people have been craving for ages. Just a one-box solution to output the video over HDMI. You know, regardless of the fact that it's still going to only be 480p resolution. It makes life so much easier. Oh, for fuck's sakes. You know, you don't need upscalers. You don't need to worry about VGA boxes. You just get one box, set it, and forget it. So, yeah, I just want to try it out. I want to try capturing with it. I want to see what the video looks like. All that stuff. Where's Yuma? Yukina, rather. That's not their weapon, is it? No, it's not. I was actually tempted the other day to buy a Hanzo or a Toro, but to be honest, I don't know what else it would really have to offer me other than scan lines. And for what it's worth, I might as well just wait till I get the Akura, which I think has scan lines as well. And maybe I'll try recording with it, see if it looks good. I've never really been a huge fan of fake scanline generation. I know a lot of people are. They seem to find it nice when playing retro games. It adds a bit of a more retro aesthetic, but it's fake. It's not real CRT scanlines. So, you know, there's something about it that just doesn't quite feel right. That being said, sometimes if they're done right in the right game, sometimes they fill in the gaps a bit more, especially like when you've got interlaced video. Sometimes deinterlacing products, they can make your video look less sharp and a lot more foggy, if that makes any sense. I've used certain deinterlacing techniques on video and post-production in the past, and yeah, it makes everything look not as sharp, and I don't like it. Even with things like Vegas, their newest release, they said that they've got like this new smart deinterlace feature, which is okay. It's not spectacular, but you know, it's still kind of like bleeding in the two sections that sort of are in between the black section. So if you don't know what deinterlacing is, or interlacing is, it's basically like the old broadcast format. What they used to do was to save, I guess, make the picture run smoother over the old broadcast waves, was they would send like a line of the picture, and then they would send a black line, black line, black line, and your eye would fill in the rest of the picture. It was just a technique that they used to use. But when you watch it on a modern television, it just looks like garbage, because you see those lines and you see like little artifacting and stuff like that. It doesn't look good. Oh, for Christ's sake. So sometimes when you're doing video, you might want to deinterlace, which, you know, you'd think would solve the problem, but a lot of the deinterlacing techniques, like I explained earlier, they're not perfect. So if you're okay with having video that looks a little bit foggy, I'd say deinterlace it. If you're okay with releasing video that has that bit of artifacting in it, bit of shadowing and ghosting in some of the video, by all means. Okay, we gotta shoot this rock. By all means, like, just leave it interlaced and go on. Go on with your video. Okay, so we got this. Now where do we go? Wow, this goes on forever. Almost. That's okay. It's not the longest quest we played. That's true. Okay, I'm gonna need to... Is there a recharge ring soon? I'm out of traps. Oh, shit. Alright, well, I might have to make a trip to Pioneer. Yeah. Level 100, I get more traps. Yeah, I only get 10 right now. Need to make it to level 100. Okay, what do we got here? You are only... what? Twenty experience per kill. Whoa, what just happened there? One shot kill. $20 experience from 2 monsters? Jesus Christ, what's going on? Okay, let's see if we can sneak a shot in here before he kills me again. Holy jeez. Alright. I am getting full XP from my tags. XP more than normal. Oh, fuck. So close. Alright, so we got those guys. Oh, shit. Let's see if we can tag him with some confused traps. So I mentioned earlier that I'm saving up a bit of PayPal cash for a couple of larger purchases, I'd say. And that's mostly because I want to try and get a complete Dreamcast collection, and I want to try and get a complete Game Gear collection, North American Game Gear collection in particular. Actually, there's one more game that I forgot to show off that I got. It was Shining Force on Game Gear, which is an excellent RPG for the Game Gear. I'm really, really excited to start playing that, but I'm going to wait until I have my McWill installed. Last video, I mentioned that I got a couple of machines that were just not salvageable, and nothing I could do about them, despite being the correct board. Oh, power material. Thank you. So I think what I might end up doing is cut my losses. I do have the McWill mod here. It was fairly expensive, but maybe cut my losses and end up just getting them to mod it for me, and then when I do end up modding my console, just sell it. I could probably get my money and then some back for it, so. Alright, we've tried playing Insanity games in the past, and they were next to impossible. We need Kuro in the group. I wonder if Yakina is Kuro. Well, if you're watching this video, Yukina, please let me know. If you watch some of the earlier videos, you'll see Kuro when they're first starting out, Kurowine, when they were first starting out, and they were like level 4, and I think it was like level 20 or 30. Anyways, I'm helping them out, play the game, and then like probably a month or two in, Kurowine just blew past me so much in levels and the experience of the game. Like, that's one of my faults, is that I never take enough time to really hone my skills with these games. It's pretty obvious by the way I talk about it and the way I complain about it. But, you know, there's not much I can do. I only have a certain window that I'm allowed. I really have the opportunity to play these games in. And, you know, I don't have enough time, unfortunately, nowadays to play every night, which I would actually really enjoy. At least for an hour or so. Oh, shit. Are we going to the boss? Oh shit, donate. Fuck. No traps. I wonder why I can't donate. It's kind of frustrating. Nope. I plan on dying like a champ. Okay, so I am totally out of traps. I don't really know what value. Oh, for Christ's sake. My imp pick got knocked off. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really know what I'm going to be able to offer to this game. Did tree go off? Yes. They must be referring to the, oh, for Christ's sake. It just knocked my weapon off. Now, this isn't the boss, right? They did mention something about the boss being quite challenging but quick. What is this? No kidding. Remove mag. Mag's off. Okay. Done. I'm safe because I need survive. Okay. So what's happening? Moon? Yeah. Okay, what are we supposed to do? Okay, there's escape doll, escape doll, escape doll. Why are all these escape dolls everywhere? I have 6 now. Okay. Sorry, I picked up a few. Do you need them? 'Cause I'm gonna die anyways. Okay. Just stay alive. Yeah. Roger. Dodger. Okay, I usually thrash this boss. Okay. Oh, did Yukina drop a pipe somewhere? Buffed up, really. Okay. Alright, I'm going to stand in here. And what happens now? Oh, okay, cool. Cutscene. Okay, what's going on? Oh. Is this some sort of beefed up version? It's always a beefed up version. What am I talking Okay. Wow. Thanks for playing. Was I able to tag it at least? Yeah, I was. Okay, well, there you go. That was pathetic. You should have brought a gun, Ben. Hindsight, yes. Okay, can we kill these things? Yes, okay. Kill the traps. That's a good sign. Oh, for Christ's sake. I do have... I think I grabbed 2 scape dolls. I might have one in the kitty. Okay, let's see if we can tag this guy. Someone drop their gun. Okay, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive. Oh shit, this is not gonna be good. Oh, survived it. Alright, uh-oh, lights are out. This is interesting. Deadly oh, for Christ's sake. Oh, somebody grabbed my money. That's okay. Settle up later. Right now, I just want to tag. Oh. I just want to tag and get the XP. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sakes. What is this? Alright, team. It's got to be on top of this. How much life has this thing got left? Oh no, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, we knocked off its second shell. Perfect. Oh, is it dead? Is it dead? Is it dead? Oh, couldn't be that lucky, eh? Fuck. Okay, we knocked off its helmet. Oh. Enough with this deadly laser. Okay, Riku is done. I'm done. Come on, team. Help a brother out. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Thank you. Okay. Okay, tagged. Good. Feel good about this. Feel good. I've tagged him. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Oh no. Come on, come on. I just want to tag. Hopefully. Is it done? No. Of course not. Okay, come on. Tag. Yes, yes, yes. Is that it? Oh. I did nothing to help that battle, but I got the XP. Oh man. Oh, Mono Grinder's good. Trimate's good. Trimate's good. Oh, what else we got here? Soul Atomizer, Dimate. Yeah, that comes in handy. Wow. I grabbed like 17, 20 XP. Around that. Cool. Holy smokes. That was a head trip. All right, back to the caves or Pioneer or wherever we're going. I imagine there's a reward somewhere. Hey, we got the XP. We managed to tag him before he died. That's all that matters. Okay. Where to now? Finish. Okay. Where do we go to finish? Oh, I guess we gotta go back to Pioneer. Not yet. Okay. Guess we don't finish. Okay. Should we... I'm gonna actually ask Yukina because maybe there is a special part to this quest. Should we go back to the cave 3? Okay, well, let's cave 3, cave 3. That would be me. Okay, let's find out what... So I guess Yukima is probably Kuroheim? This must be a different character that they're working on. Okay, so is Kuroheim in here somewhere? Okay, well, let's just use our telepipe and start our own. So we are red. Remember that, red telepipe. Okay. Refill traps. Good idea. Okay. Actually, the trap should be already filled, no? Oh shit, I have no money. Fuck. I think someone grabbed my money. I can't heal up at the medic. Okay, in front of the bank. Cool. All right, 99 Meseta. Okay, so now we just got to figure out which pipe we're supposed to go down. I assume this is for like one of the side quests. Don't quote me on it. Okay, cool. So we're all healed up. Let's drop off our Meseta at the bank. Okay. Dropping off. Deposit Meseta. All of it. Okay. Which pipe? Okay, we're going to blue. Or purple. Whichever one. So it looks like we have a couple other people that joined in on PSO, but unfortunately they're in a different game than we are, but that's okay. Okay. Where is everybody? I think I got some power material. Last one. Maybe I already used that. Okay, let's... Okay, so where are we? Oh, I see. So we gotta finish off. I guess there's some more doors we have to open. I thought we were done the quest with the boss, but apparently there's some more grinding. Who knows? We might even make it to level 99. Just tagging up with these guys. Freeze trap. Well, even though the freeze traps don't attack for very much. Oh, at least I'm able to tag them and get the XP, which is kind of what I primarily trying to do. Okay, so go here and what? Tag that guy. Tag that guy. Tag that guy. Thought I launched a freeze trap. Apparently it didn't work. Bizarre. These guys, crazy amounts. So that's the other thing you have to be really aware of is that whenever you see that little lightning strike and everybody has that little bit of electricity wrapped around them, we lose, like our weapon becomes unequipped. So that's a big issue. You know what? While we're here, let's just get our mag. Oh no, where are the dimates? Well, I'm not going to load up with Trimates. I'll wait till we go back to Pioneer. Top up, refresh. Where are we going to now? Over here. Okay, cool. Connect the photon battery. Yes. Cool. This must be the end of the level. Oh, very nice. Quest complete. Pumping station is operating normally. Nice. We did it, guys. We did it. Pioneer 2. Cool. Well, I guess that's the quest then. It's quite long. It's fun. Like, you get lots of experience. Fortunately, I didn't find any, like, well, I'm going to follow the rest of the team. Maybe there's some more things to unlock. That was interesting. That was crazy. Did we miss a side quest? I'm just curious if there's anything else that we were supposed to get in that game. Take, setup, thank you. And let's go to the Techer, see what we got for a special weapon. It's probably nothing that we're ever going to use, but we'll see. Oh, interesting. That is very interesting. Okay, no, I don't want to equip it, but I think I will eventually. Just to say I did. Okay, good to know. And we don't need anything there. Principal's office. Okay, let's go to the principal's office. First, let's feed our mag. And let's restock our Dimates. And let's sip on our cider. There we go. Everything is good in the world. Principal's office. Okay, who do we talk to first? This person here. UGB, you're back. Please give Principal Tyrell your report. Okay. Well done, UGB. Our scientists have regained control of the main pumping station, and conditions in the cave are also returning to normal. So I have already sent repair teams to fix the damaged substations. Our water supply is secure once again, thanks to you. I have instructed Irene to leave your reward at the Hunters Guild. Thank you for your assistance. Okay, cool. Hunters Guild we go. Well, that was fucking crazy game. Getting off UGB? I think so. I think so. It's been a long day. Good game. I love this quest, even though it kills me. Wow, okay, cool. Oh, I accidentally jumped out too quick. Sorry, I jumped out too quick. Okay. Start. Okay, no prob. Okay, so Riku is going to come back, apparently with a 200 power mag. That would be quite beneficial to my character. As much as I like my little choo-choo guy, it would be kind of cool to, but for whatever reason, Fan and the S ranks do less damage than May Imp picks. All this talk about mags. I keep rebuilding my mags. It has really set me back. When I first started, I didn't know what I was doing. Then I built a new mag, but turns out I built it wrong. Now I'm starting again. It's a real drag. Best to keep building on your highest one. But if I max out the attributes when with stuff that doesn't help my character, it's kinda useless. Okay. Team. He don't play enough to level it. I need to check Silverant forms. Okay, let's, so I can get a hold of you guys. Come on and burst. I don't go on the Silverant forums, but you can message me on YouTube or on DC Talk. Here we go. And actually, Eduardo, who's been a real help as well with building up my character, started a new Facebook group too. It's a private Facebook group at the moment, but it's primarily for PSO players and just to post videos and show achievements and things like that. So it's a really cool group. It's pretty small, but then again, so is everything about Dreamcast, Phantasy Star Online. Okay. So let's follow our friend here who is apparently got a 200. This will save you a lot of time. Whoa. Okay, so item pack, mag. Cool. Thanks so much. This is going to help out a ton. I'll still build the other one in the background just to see what happens. Good game, but I have to jet. It's been a long day. I'll probably be on Wednesday. By the way, who is Alien Shroom on YouTube as well? Good to know. I had no idea. I used to sign comments, but I stopped that. All good. No worries. Night. See you again. All right, that's awesome. I love the PSO community. Okay, so let's save our character and let's log off for the night. So first things first, I'm going to tell everybody good game, assuming that people are still in the lobby. Good game, everybody. I have to jet. Night. Okay, so /save1, saved character data. Quit game. Yes. Wow, that level was intense. There's absolutely no way I would be able to lead a campaign in that level at this time. Eventually, maybe, and it'll be really interesting to see the next time we jump on what that new mag is going to accomplish. 200 power can only accomplish good things. So, thank you so much, Kuro, for doing that. And Riku, I had no idea what your alias was on YouTube, but good playing with you. I know that we chit-chat quite a bit, and I don't think I get to play with you often enough, so that's great. Yeah, that was a ton of fun. Even though we didn't really find anything in the mines that was particularly useful, again, like, Kuro has helped us out a ton and given us this mag, which basically just maxes out our power, and we'll see what some of the attributes are on it when we fire it off with our photon blast. We didn't really have an opportunity to take a look at it, but I assume it's good, whatever it is. And yeah, in the meantime, when we start playing, we'll just build up those other mags. I'll build up the Kappa Kappa one just to see what it does as well, because that could be a lot of fun. But well, maybe we'll max out the Choo Choo one first. Who knows? We've got all the time in the world, right? In the meantime, it's been a blast. Hope everybody enjoyed watching the pickups. Look at some things in the description if you want to go to Dreamcast Now, Dreamcast Live, support my Patreon, support the Patreon for Dreamcast Talk, Dreamcast Live. Donate money to Luke Benstead. He's the person who created the DreamPi and does all the updates for it as well. If you want to get on to, if you want to start playing Phantasy Star Online, I've had a couple people request that I build them DreamPi kits. I won't be doing that. I did that in the past, didn't work out too well. So all I can say is go to Dreamcast Live, talk to PC Wizard. He will help you out. He's really inundated with requests right now. You could also try jumping on Dreamcast Hub, seeing if somebody else is interested in helping out. So lots of different avenues, or just build your own. Watch my tutorial or watch PC Wizard's tutorial. If you have any questions, just let us know. I'll be more than happy to help. But it's a pretty simple project. Don't be intimidated by it. There are lots of steps, but the reason there's lots of steps is because I tried to make it as clear as possible. I will be making a revised video because some things have changed since the original release last year. And hopefully they'll be able to clear up some questions that people have and make it a little bit easier to get back online. In the meantime, I hope everybody has a great day, great weekend, great week, whenever you are watching this video. And I will talk to you very soon. Okay, take care.